Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz show where the aim of the game is to score as few points as you possibly can. And to do that, you need to come up with the answers that no one else could think of. Let's meet today's players. Now, first up, we welcome Rianne and Rocheldis. You're our first pair on the show today. What two excellent names, Rianne and Rocheldis. How do you two know each other?
We're friends from uni and housemates.
So, Rocheldis, where does Rocheldis come from?
There's a place in Norfolk called Walsingham, and it's a place of pilgrimage for Christians. And there was this lady there called Rocheldis de Fabergé.
Rocheldis de Fabergé?
Yes, and it comes from there.
OK, very good. Good name. Rianne?
Yeah.
What do you like to get up to?
I watch a lot of telly in my spare time. We tend to go to like a lot of pub quizzes as well and things like that.
How well do you do in pub quizzes?
We get over 50%.
Oh, that's good for
Yeah.
us.
OK, that's all right. It's not
We've
bad.
We've won once and come second once as well. So.
But wasn't
That's
the time
not
we won
bad.
because there were two teams.
OK, well, still, that's not bad. Not bad at all. Best of luck to the pair of you. It's great to have you on the show. And next, we welcome Sarah and Ed. Now, how do you two know each other, Sarah?
We're friends.
And where are you from, Ed?
We're from Weymouth in Dorset.
Sarah, what do you do?
I'm a research data administrator for the NHS.
Ed, what are your hobbies?
I like playing tennis an awful lot.
Are you a good tennis player, Ed?
Well, according to the LTA rankings, I'm the 683rd best player in the country. Not that I'm obsessed with it.
Things, but 683rd.
Yeah.
You're fiercely competitive.
I'd say I am, yes.
Yeah, I'm saying you
Yeah.
are, yes. I can say there's something about your mien that tells me you are fiercely competitive. OK, well, Sarah and Ed, great to have you on the show. Very, very best of luck to the pair of you. And next, we welcome back John and Val, who were on the show last time. Everyone gets two chances, remember, to reach the Pointless final. This is your second and final chance. John, tell us how you know each other.
We've known each other since about 1958. And we've been married for most of that time.
Married for 52 years, you said last time.
We met on a tennis court.
Oh, did you?
In those days, I used to play tennis, but I was only 684th, I think.
Yeah. Val, remind us what happened last time.
We were knocked out in the head-to-head.
In the head-to-head.
Yes.
What a tight-fought head-to-head that was.
Yes.
What would you like to see come up today, Val?
Well, I quite like the history of the monarchy, so anything in that line.
OK, history of the monarchy would be good. John, what about you? What would you love to see come
possibly
up?
some geography or perhaps some film musicals.
Excellent. Any of those in the show today? No. No. Very good. Well, John and Val, welcome back to the show. You made it through to the head-to-head last time. Let's hope we see you go there and further this time. And finally, we welcome back Gary and Neil, who were also on the show last time. Gary, how do you two know each other?
Brothers.
Neil, what happened last time?
Last time we went out in the first round where we discovered that I know absolutely nothing about Justin Bieber.
All credit to you, Neil. All credit to you, knowing nothing about the Bieber. Gary,
yes.
What do you hope is going to happen today?
Hopefully we can just show a bit better than we did last time. Hopefully get past the first round. That's all you can really ask for.
Neil, any particular method you think you might be able to employ to get through to the head-to-head and beyond?
I think giving correct answers is probably a good way to go.
OK, no, this is good. This is good. Correct answers is good. Low-scoring correct answers even better, of course. Gary, we didn't have any animation for you last time.
No.
You're a graphic artist.
Yeah.
And we let you down. Nothing came up.
Oh, well, hopefully this time, fingers crossed.
Fingers tightly crossed. Great to have you back. Very, very best of luck. We'll find out more about all of you throughout the show as it goes along. There's only one person left for me to introduce. Without him, the show would just be me talking to strangers. It's my pointless friend, it's Richard.
Hiya. Hello. Hiya. Except they're not strangers, are they?
No, there's no such thing as strangers on this show.
Because some of them have been here before. John and Val aren't strangers, are they?
No, not strangers.
We know John and Val very well from last time.
No,
and
I don't feel like Rianne and Rocheldis are strangers either.
Yeah, by round two they won't be, but now I'm still a bit shy. I'm quite shy of the new contestants. Now, round one, Gary in particular is going to like it.
OK.
But you know who's going to win, of course. I mean, Ed thinks he's going to win, but that's, that's by the by. He can win next time. Val, obviously.
Val.
Because so unlucky last time, weren't they, Val and
Yeah.
John?
Yeah.
Just terrific all the way through. So everybody else, you are really going to have to go at some to beat John and Val today.
There we are. Now, all our questions on Pointless have been put to 100 people before the show. In order to get to the final round and be in with a chance of winning the jackpot, our contestants must find the obscure answers those 100 people didn't get. So the fewer of the 100 people who knew the answer, the fewer points you will score. Now, what everyone's trying to do, of course, is to find a pointless answer. This is one of those answers that none of our 100 people could think of. And each time that happens, we will add 250 quid to the jackpot. Nobody won the jackpot last time, so we add another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at £2,000. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Now, in this first round, each of you must give me one answer, and you cannot confer with your partner. Whichever pair has the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated, so try and make sure that's not you. OK, our first category today is cartoon characters. Can you decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. It concerns Hanna-Barbera cartoon characters. Hanna-Barbera cartoon characters. Richard.
Yeah, we gave our traditional 100 people their traditional 100 seconds to name as many characters as they could in a picture. You're about to see that picture, and you need to name one of those characters too. Very, very best of luck.
Thanks, Richard. Now then, Rhiannon and Rocheldis, you all drew lots before the show, and today you are going first. Now, in this new round, we're going to show you an image containing cartoon characters. You just need to give us the name of the most obscure character you can see in that picture. OK? And here is our image. There we are. The Hanna-Barbera family. What is the most obscure cartoon character shown here that you can think of? Rocheldis.
Well, I think I know a few of them, but I think the one I'm going to go with is relatively well known. I'm going to... Oh, no, I'm going to go for Scrappy-Doo.
Scrappy-Doo, says Rocheldis. Scrappy-Doo. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Scrappy-Doo. Absolutely right. 37. 37 for Scrappy-Doo.
Yeah, well done, Rochelle. This full name, Scrappy Cornelius Doo. Absolutely ruined that show, didn't he?
That was terrible.
Oh, he stunk the place up, didn't he?
Oh, yes. Sarah.
Well,
Hanna-Barbera, good for you?
Yeah, I think so. I recognise a lot of those, but I'm going to play it a little bit safe and say Betty Rubble.
Betty Rubble, says Sarah. Betty Rubble. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 said Betty Rubble. That's right. 34. Very well done indeed. 34 for Betty Rubble.
Well played, Sarah. Her maiden name was Betty Bricker.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, she must have been thrilled when she met her husband.
Who shall remain nameless for now.
Who shall remain nameless. Now then, Val, is this a good round for you?
Well, yes, they're all very familiar, but I'm going to go with Pebbles Flintstone.
Pebbles Flintstone, says Val. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 said Pebbles Flintstone. 40, very tight grouping here, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? It's quite a big score for Pebbles Flintstone as well.
Yeah.
Born at the end of the third series of Flintstones.
Now then, Gary. So remember, we are looking for the names of the cartoon characters in this picture. I'm guessing this is going to be just food and drink to you.
Yeah, I do know quite a few of them, but it's trying to pick out one that maybe not a lot of other people are going to know. I think I'm going to go for Judy Jetson.
Judy Jetson, says Gary. Judy Jetson, let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 said Judy Jetson. Ooh, Bad luck. Gary, unfortunately, an incorrect answer, which means you score the maximum of 100 points. I wonder why. Richard?
Yeah, sorry, Gary, there is a Judy Jetson, but not in that picture, I'm afraid.
Ooh.
Are you OK?
I'm feeling Gary's pain there, though. OK, we're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at the scores as they stand. Well, 34, the best score of the past so far from you, Sarah. Lovely answer there. Then up to 37, where Rocheldis and Rianne are. Then up to 40, where we find Val and John. And then quite a hike up to 100, where we find Gary and Neil. So yes, Neil, we'll need some good answering from you on the next pass and hope that maybe someone else has a disaster, and that might be enough to keep you in the game. Very best of luck. Going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we are looking for the names of these cartoon characters. And obviously, you're going to try and find the one you think the fewest of our 100 people knew. Neil, you're the high scorers on 100. We need a low score from you.
There's a few up there that I recognise, but given our situation, I may have to have a guess. I think there's one up there called Elroy Jetson.
Elroy Jetson, says Neil. Elroy Jetson. There's no red line for you, as you are already the high scorers, but let's see. Elroy Jetson, is that right? How many people said it? It's right. Oh, it's a great answer. Look at that. 3. Very, very well said, Neil. 3 for Elroy Jetson takes your total up to 103. I wonder if that's going to be enough to keep you in the game. Let's hope it is.
Well done, Neil, giving yourself a big chance there. The son of the Jetsons, Elroy Jetson. Very good answer.
Now then, John, the high scorers are Neil and Gary on 103. You're on 40. A score of 62 or less from you will keep you in the game. So remember, we are looking for the names of any character in this picture.
It's an interesting picture. I recognise quite a few of them. There's some of them I don't know their names, but I think at the front there is Boo Boo.
Boo Boo, says John. Let's see if Boo Boo's right. How many people said it? It's right. You've done it. 27 for Boo Boo, taking your total up to 67. Rich.
Well played, John. First appeared in 1958 with another character we can't name.
Thanks very much. And now then, Ed, you're on 34. The high scorers remain Neil and Gary on 103. If you can score 68 or less, you are into the next round.
I'm torn between the safe option and a risky one, but I think, considering all, I think I'm going to have to go for Wilma Flintstone.
Wilma Flintstone, says Ed. Wilma Flintstone. There is your red line. Below that red line, you go through to the next round. Wilma Flintstone, how many people said it? You've done it. 51. 51, taking your total up to 85.
Yes, Pebble Flintstone's mum, Wilma Flintstone.
Rianne, the last throw of the dice for this round. You're on 37. The high scorers are still Neil and Gary on 103. You have to score 65 or less to stay in the game. Is this a good round for you?
It wasn't when you said Hanna-Barbera, but when the picture came up, it got better.
OK.
But I still only really know, I think, the popular ones. So I know Top Cat, Yogi Bear, Scooby-Doo, obviously. But I think I'm going to go for Bam Bam Rubble.
Bam Bam Rubble.
Yeah.
Bam Bam Rubble. So. There is your red line. If you get below that red line with Bam Bam Rubble, you are through to the next round. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Bam Bam Rubble. It's right. And you are through to the next round. 40. 40 takes your total up to 77.
Well played, Rianne. All those other ones you mentioned would have scored too many points, actually, would have seen you knocked out. So Bam Bam Rubble is a very, very good answer. Now, Gary, just to clear yours up, Judy Jetson is the daughter. I think pretty much the only Jetson who's not there, because Jane Jetson is there. Jane Jetson would have scored you 1 point. George Jetson is there, 5 points. Even Astro the dog from the Jetsons is there, would have scored you 1 point as well. But no Judy. Sorry about that. There's only one pointless answer up there at all. From Quick Draw McGraw, it's Doggy Daddy. Would have been a pointless answer. And then Johnny Quest would have scored you 1, and then Huckleberry Hound on 13 is the next lowest one. Other ones up there, Dino from the Flintstones would have scored you 16, and the top answers of all, Barney Rubble would have scored 64, Top Cat 76, Fred Flintstone 79, Yogi Bear 83, so right at the top of the pile, 84, Scooby-Doo.
OK, well, thanks very much, Richard. So at the end of the first round, the pair with a losing score, I'm afraid, is Neil and Gary. And Gary, you could so easily have been the lowest scorers there.
Judy, yeah. I did know some of the other ones.
Did you know any of the other Jetsons?
Yeah, I knew George Jetson. It was a toss-up between George and Judy, but I thought Judy was
George
the
was
one.
only 1 point, wasn't it?
No, 5.
Oh, it was 5. It was 5. Oh, well. Neil, Gary, it's been great having you on the show. I'm so sorry I have to say goodbye to you so soon, but thank you very much for playing. Great contestants.
Thank you.
But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Well, sadly, at the end of this round, another pair will be leaving us. Which pair is it going to be? John and Val, once again, showing their absolute quality there. Our lowest scorers, Rhiann and Rochelle. You did very well there. I mean, what was the percentage of those? Would you say you knew?
What, 70-ish?
That's pretty good.
I knew all the Jetsons as well, but I couldn't think because I was at the first
I mean, how do you know all that? Were they still on telly when you were young?
A bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I love Top Cat and Yogi Bear.
Very good. OK, well, very good luck to all 3 pairs. Our category for round 2 is sporting venues. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, our question concerns sporting venues and their cities. Sporting venues and their cities, Richard.
On each pass, I'm going to give you the name of 6 famous sporting venues. You just have to tell me in which town or city they are situated. Give us a nice obscure answer, you'll score fewer points. Give us an incorrect answer, though, that will be 100 points. It can be 12 in all to have a go at home.
OK, so we are looking for the cities in which these famous sporting venues are to be found. And we have got Croke Park, Estadio do Maracanã, the Gabba, Stade Roland Garros, Madison Square Garden, Cresta Run. I will read those all one last time. Croke Park, Estadio de Maracanã, the Gabba, Stade Roland Garros, Madison Square Garden, and Cresta Run. There we are, 6 sporting venues. We are looking for the 6 cities in which you would find them. Now then, Rhiann.
Yes. I don't know any of them.
OK.
At all. I'm gonna have a crack at Stade Roland Garros, and because it sounds a bit Spanish, I'm gonna go for Madrid.
Stade Roland Garros, Madrid, says Rhiann. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Madrid. No, bad luck, Rhiann. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer, which means you score the maximum of 100 points. I'm sorry. Richard.
Sorry, Rhiann. Give you the correct answer at the end of the pass.
Now then, Sarah. That's a lovely smile. I'm hoping that means you're very confident and you know all these answers.
I'm very, well, mildly confident I know one answer. So I'm going to say Madison Square Garden and say New York.
New York, says Sarah, for Madison Square Garden. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. New York. Absolutely right. 59. It's a whole lot better than 100, though. 59.
Yeah, home of the New York Knicks and lots of events as well. It's actually the 4th Madison Square Garden that's been on that venue. P.T. Barnum opened the first one.
Did he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Thanks very much, Richard. Now then, Val. So we are looking for the cities in which you would find these famous sporting venues. The board is yours. You can talk us through it if you like.
I'm afraid I can't. Not certain of any of them that are left now. But Stade Roland Garros, I'm going to say Paris.
Paris for Stade Roland Garros. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. Paris. It's right. 15. Val does it again. Fabulous answer, the lowest answer of the round so far. Paris.
Well done, Val. She never puts her foot wrong, does she?
Never.
Yeah, the Stade Roland Garros, the clay court stadium in Paris. It's on Rue Avenue Gordon Bennett.
No.
Yeah. That's it. Let's fill in the rest of the board. Croke Park.
I think that's Dublin.
It is Dublin, absolutely right. National Stadium of the Gaelic Athletic Association. That would have scored you 20. The Maracana.
Well, I'd be tempted to say Rio.
Built for the 1950 World Cup in Rio. Absolutely right. Would have scored you 3 points. The Gabba, you probably know that.
Is Brisbane.
Brisbane, absolutely right. The cricket ground would have scored 6, and the best answer on the board, Cresta Run.
I don't know where
It's in San Moritz. San Moritz, and 2 points, so well done if you said that.
San Moritz. Very good. OK, well, we're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at the scores as they stand. Val and John looking spectacular once again on 15. Lovely low score there. Then we scoot up to 59, where we find Sarah and Ed, and then all the way up to 100, where we find Rianne and Rocheldis. Rocheldis, we're going to rely on you to find a really low-scoring answer. Something like Cresta Run on the next pass.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And we've got to hope that's enough to get you through to the next round. Very best of luck. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please step up to the podium? OK, let's put 6 more sporting venues on the board, and here they are. We have got Louisiana Superdome, Eden Gardens, Millennium Stadium, Murrayfield, Ellis Park Stadium, National Stadium, a.k.a. the Bird's Nest. I'll read those all one last time. Louisiana Superdome, Eden Gardens, Millennium Stadium, Murrayfield, Ellis Park Stadium, and National Stadium, a.k.a. the Bird's Nest. There we are. Remember, we are looking for the cities in which you would find these sporting venues. And as ever, you're trying to find the one you think the fewest of our 100 people knew. Now, John, Rocheldis and Rianne are on 100 points. You are on 15. So a score of 84 or less from you will see you through to the head-to-head.
I think the Louisiana Superdome is in New Orleans.
New Orleans, says John, for the Louisiana Superdome. There is your red line. If you come below that red line, you are in the head-to-head. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 said New Orleans. Absolutely right, and you are through. Very well done indeed. 7. 7 takes your total up to 22, Richard.
John's good as well, isn't he?
He's good.
That's the secret to being married for 52 years, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just both be awesome all the time.
Yeah.
Simple when you know how. Yeah, home to the New Orleans Saints, the NFL team. It's the largest fixed dome structure in the world.
Thank you.
Well, there it is.
So many things I didn't know. That's brilliant. Ed, you're on 59. The high scorers are still Rocheldis and Rianne on 100. If you can score 40 or less, you are through to the next round. So in which cities would you find these sporting venues?
Yes, I think I'm going to go for, to try and make sure, I'm going to go for Ellis Park Stadium, which is in Johannesburg.
Ellis Park Stadium, Johannesburg, you are saying. Ellis Park Stadium, Johannesburg. Here is your red line. If you get below that, you are in the head-to-head. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 said it. Johannesburg. Absolutely right, Ed. And you are through to the next round. 3. That takes your total up to 62. Very good indeed.
Good answer, Ed. Primarily known as a rugby venue, of course. Hosted the 1995 Rugby World Cup final that South Africa won.
Now then, Rocheldis, I'm afraid I have bad news, which is even before you've given your answer, you are the high scorers on 100, so you will be leaving us at the end of this round. However, have some fun with this board.
I haven't a clue.
On any of them.
Well, at least I can blame her for going out. Absolutely clueless.
Do you want to do your blaming of Rianne now?
It's your fault.
Quickly. OK, got that all out your system?
No, but she'll get it later. Murrayfield, I will go to Glasgow.
Let's see. Murrayfield, is it in Glasgow? And if it is, let's see how many people said it. There's no red line for you, I'm afraid, because you're already the high scorers. Is it right? How many people said it? Oh, bad luck, Rochelle. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer, which means you also score the maximum of 100 points. Rianne, you can speak at will.
I have no words. I know 2 on this board.
That takes your total up to 200. Bad luck, Richard.
Yeah, not a million miles away, Rochelle. It's the home of Scottish rugby, but it's in Edinburgh, I'm afraid.
I was going to go for that. Oh, well.
Would have scored you 31 points. Let's go through the rest. The National Stadium, a.k.a. the Bird's Nest.
Beijing.
Beijing, absolutely right. Would have scored 12. Millennium Stadium.
Cardiff.
Cardiff, absolutely. It's a wonderful stadium, Millennium Stadium, 53 points. And Eden Gardens is a pointless answer. It's the second biggest cricket ground in the world after the MCG in Kolkata. Pointless, so very, very well done if you said that. Very good answer.
Is Kolkata what we used to call Calcutta?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, when did they do that?
It was in 1999 that changed its name.
All right, let's see. God, I'm up, ear to the ground. I just thought people were just saying it in a funny voice. Kolkata. OK, well, thank you very much, Richard. So, at the end of round 2, the losing pair with the highest score, I'm afraid it's Rochelle and Rianne. But what a score. But do you know what? This happens so often that actually, had you gone the other way around, you might still be in with a really good chance. Because Rianne, you knew two on that board, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm surprised Beijing was so low, actually.
I know.
I would have avoided it.
Yeah, well, there you are. Rochelle, did you know anything on the previous board?
No.
Oh, OK. All right, well, there we are. Anyway, listen, it's been lovely having you on the show. We will have you back on the show next time, and we'll look forward to that very much. But meanwhile, thank you very much for playing, Rochelle and Rianne. But for the remaining 2 pairs, things are about to get even more exciting now as we enter the head-to-head. Congratulations, John and Val, Sarah and Ed. You're now only 1 round away from the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £2,000. You are now going to go head-to-head, and the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. The great news is you are now allowed to confer. Well, John and Val, you've done it again. There you are, our lowest scoring couple in the head-to-head round. Sarah and Ed. Again, pretty consistent scoring, not bad at all. I mean, in the rankings of today, Ed, I would say you are certainly in the top 4. Anything can happen, though, now. Suddenly all bets are off because you can now confer. You can pool your knowledge. It'll be very exciting. Let's play the head-to-head. OK, here comes your first question, and it concerns animal proverbs. Animal proverbs, Richard.
Yes, for this question, we're going to show you 5 proverbs, all listed in the Oxford Dictionary of Proverbs. Each one is missing a word, and that word is the name of an animal. Can you fill these in, please, and pick the most obscure? OK, thanks very much. Let's reveal our 5 animal proverbs, and here they are. We have got a blank may look at a king. A shut mouth catches no blank. If wishes were blank, beggars would ride. He who rides a blank is afraid to dismount, and it is the last straw that breaks the blank's back. I'll read those all one last time. A blank may look at a king. A shut mouth catches no blank. If wishes were blank, beggars would ride. He who rides a blank is afraid to dismount. It is the last straw that breaks the blank's back. There we are. John and Val, you've played best throughout the show so far, so you get to go first.
I think the camel is going to be the easiest.
I think so.
And do you know anything that's the problem?
Just a cat and a liberty king.
I think we'll just better go with the cat. I don't know the others.
Yes, OK.
Okay.
We'll go for the top one. A cat may look at a king.
A cat may look at a king, say John and Val. A cat may look at a king. Now then, Sarah and Ed, the board is yours. Talk us through it.
Well, we think we know a couple. I know one, but it's not an animal, so I'm not going to say that. I think we're going to have to go for the last one.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think so.
It is the last straw that breaks the camel's back.
The camel's back. OK, so we have a cat in the first one and a camel in the last. John and Val have said cat. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 said cat. It's right. 21. 21 for a cat. Sarah and Ed, you have said camel. Let's see if camel is right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 said camel. Absolutely right. Ooh. 89. So, John and Val, after one question, you are ahead 1-0. Richard?
Yes, there was only one answer that would have beaten that score, actually. Let's go through all of them. A shut mouth catches no flies, of course. And that would have scored you 76 points. If wishes were...
Horses?
Horses. Beggars would ride. Would have scored you 33. And the best answer on the board, it's not one I'd heard before. It's rather good. He who rides a tiger is afraid to dismount. It's rather good, isn't it?
Yeah.
6 points. If you embark on a dangerous or troublesome venture, best to see it through to the end.
It's very good.
It's good, isn't it?
Thanks very much, Richard. OK, so here is the second question. Sarah and Ed, you have to win this question to stay in the game. Here it comes. It concerns the Regency. The Regency, Richard.
Yeah, we're going to give you 5 clues to facts about the Regency of Prince George, 1811 to 1820. Can you give us the most obscure answer, please?
OK, thanks very much. Let's reveal our 5 clues to facts about the Regency, and here they are. We have got Prince George's unlawful wife, the leader of the Anglo-Dutch forces at Waterloo, the nickname of Dandy George Brummel, the Prime Minister who was assassinated, and Parliament bought this lord's marbles for the British Museum. I'll read all of those again. Prince George's unlawful wife, leader of the Anglo-Dutch forces at Waterloo, the nickname of the Dandy George Brummel, the Prime Minister who was assassinated, and Parliament bought this lord's marbles for the British Museum. There we are, 5 clues to facts about the Regency. Sarah and Ed, you go first.
Oh, right, OK. No, we'll go for the bottom one. The Parliament brought this lord's marbles for the British Museum, and that's Elgin.
Elgin, you are saying. Elgin. John and Val, the board is yours. Talk us through it.
Well, we agreed with the one that they said. We think the Prime Minister who was assassinated may have been Spencer Perceval. We know Beau Brummel, and it was probably the Duke of Wellington at Waterloo. But Val will tell you who the Prince George's unlawful wife was.
I believe she was Maria Fitzherbert.
Maria Fitzherbert. OK, so we have Elgin versus Maria Fitzherbert. Sarah and Ed, this is the question you have to win to stay in the game. Good luck. Elgin, you are saying. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 said Elgin. It's absolutely right. 43. 43 for Elgin. Now, John and Val have given us Maria Fitzherbert. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said it. If you win this question, John and Val, you go straight through to the final. It is right. And you are through to the final. Whoa, look at that. Oh, so nearly pointless as well. That's an excellent answer, John and Val. Maria Fitzherbert beats Elgin, which means after only 2 questions, you are through to the final 2-0. Very well done.
And once again, as so often before, you've given us the best answer on the board there as well. And you took us through the board perfectly, and every single answer you gave us would have won the point. So let's fill in the ones that you got. The leader of the Anglo-Dutch forces, absolutely right, Duke of Wellington, would have scored you 28. The nickname of George Brummel was Beau Brummel. Got that right as well, 39. And the Prime Minister who was assassinated was indeed Spencer Perceval, and that would have scored you 4. So Maria Fitzherbert, the best answer on that board. Very well done if you've got all of those at home.
Thanks very much, Richard. So the losing pair at the end of the head-to-head is Sarah and Ed. Dear, oh dear. Performed very solidly throughout the show, but then you came up against John and Val in the head-to-head. And they just know stuff. And they have very good judgment when it comes to picking low-scoring answers as well. Amazing. However, you can take all this away with you, think about it, and we will see you again next time when you can bring all the tactics you've learned at the knee of John and Val to bear next time, and maybe you will triumph too. Thanks very much for playing Meanwhile, Sarah and Ed. Fantastic contestants. But for John and Val, it's now time for our pointless final. Well, congratulations, John and Val. You've seen off all the competition and you have won our coveted Pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our Pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £2,000. Well, both of your appearances on Pointless have been pretty triumphant. You made pretty quick work of getting through to the head-to-head in each case. And here you are, richly deservedly, in the final. Now, the rules are very simple. To win that money, all you have to do is find a pointless answer. We haven't had any pointless answers on the show today. You only have to find one now, and you will go home with that money. First, though, you've got to choose a category, and you can choose from these 5 options. They are islands, pop divas, crime writers, artists, tennis.
Oh, what do you think?
Okay. Islands, you like?
Islands is okay.
Pop divas, crime writers. What about artists?
I'm not sure about artists.
And crime writers is putting it very much in my court,
Right.
isn't it?
What
And
about islands then?
islands, yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah, yeah. You know
Okay.
loads of geography.
Right.
Yeah.
We go for islands.
Islands it is. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many of the Channel Islands and the Isles of Scilly as they could. OK, Richard?
Yeah, we're looking for the names of any of the Channel Islands or the Isles of Scilly that have a permanent human population, please. We will accept the names of islands that are dependencies of other Channel Islands as long as they have permanent residents. We are not counting islands that are under French jurisdiction or islands such as Jethu that are privately leased to one individual. So we're looking for the names of any of the Channel Islands or the Isles of Scilly. Very, very best of luck.
Thank you.
OK, thanks very much. You now have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers, and all you need to win that £2,000 is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Are you ready? Yes. OK, let's put 60 seconds on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Right, you know all the silly...
The Scilly Islands, I think
You
the
know
Channel
all the
Islands would be
Channel
more...
Islands, I think they're too easy.
I think you're looking for the Scilly Isles.
St Martin's,
St Martin's,
St Agnes,
Tresco.
and after that I'm
Can't
stuck.
think
Do you
of
know
any
any more?
No.
Go back to the Channel Islands.
Sark.
Alderney.
Alderney.
Alderney might be one.
Well, which one of the others do you want to leave out for Alderney?
What do you think?
I don't know. I
Tresco.
think we might be better off sticking with the...
With the 3 Scilly Isles?
Yes.
Yeah. I agree.
St Martin's, St Agnes, and Tresco. I think, yeah. And which would you think?
We've still got 15 seconds.
Right, which do you think would be the...
10 seconds.
St Agnes would be the most obscure,
Yes.
and St Martin's and then Tresco.
OK, you've settled on your 3 answers. Very good. OK, well, we were looking for islands in the Channel Islands or the Scilly Isles. I now need your 3 answers.
We've chosen Tresco, St Martin's, and St Agnes.
And St Agnes. Of those 3, which do you think is your best shot at a pointless answer?
We think St Agnes.
Yeah.
St Agnes we'll put last.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which should we put first? Your least likely?
Tresco.
Tresco.
OK, Tresco first. Brilliant. We'll just put them up on the board in that order. And here they are. We have got Tresco, St Martin's, and St Agnes. OK, so we were looking for islands in the Channel Islands and the Scilly Isles. Tresco, you said, was your least confident shot at a pointless answer. You only have to find one pointless answer, remember, to win that jackpot of £2,000. What would you do with your £2,000 winnings, John?
I think we'll possibly have a holiday and some treats for the family.
Very good. Val, anything else?
Go to the Scilly Isles.
Perfect. Perfect. OK, well, this for £2,000. Let's see how many people said Tresco. It's absolutely right. Down it goes. If it goes all the way down to 0, of course, you'll be leaving here immediately with £2,000. Down it goes into the teens. Into single figures, 9. OK, Tresco. So, unfortunately, not a pointless answer. But Tresco was probably the most obvious of those 3, wasn't it? OK, so only 2 more chances to win today's jackpot. We were looking for islands in the Channel Islands or the Scilly Isles. Let's hope nobody said your next answer, St Martin's. This has to be right, obviously, and it has to be pointless if you're to win that jackpot of £2,000. So let's see how many people said St Martin's. It's right. So here we go. Tresco took us down just into single figures, stopping on 9. St Martin's now going down into single figures. If this stops at 0, you leave here with £2,000. It stops on 2. That stops on 2. Would you say that St Agnes was less well known than St Martin's?
I think so.
Well, this is perfect then.
On paper.
Let's hope. Keep our fingers tightly crossed. You only have one more chance to win today's jackpot. Everything is now riding on St Agnes. We're looking for islands in the Channel Islands and the Scilly Isles. Your third and final answer, your most confident shot at a pointless answer, was St Agnes. Has to be right, has to be pointless for you to win that jackpot of £2,000. St Agnes, how many people said it? Good luck. Well, it's right. Tresco took us down to 9. St Martin's then took us down to 2, within touching distance of a pointless answer. St Agnes still going down. Down it goes. Yes! Very well done. Fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Very well done indeed. What a great joint effort there. Well, congratulations, St Agnes was a pointless answer, which means you go home with the jackpot of £2,000. Very well done indeed.
Well played, Val and John. That's terrific. Rarely has a jackpot win been so well deserved, I would say. You played so well across 2 shows. Terrific. You gave us the second, third and fourth largest Isles of Scilly in order there as well. The largest, of course, being St Mary's, which would have scored you 15. There's only one pub on the whole of St Agnes, the Turk's Head. I suggest you go there with some of your money and spend it. Let's take a look at the pointless answers. There's only 3 pointless answers, so you did very, very well to get one. The only one of the Channel Liners, Brecku, which is owned by the Barclay brothers, that was a pointless answer.
Right.
Briar, which is the smallest of the inhabited Isles of Scilly, was a pointless answer. And St Agnes as well, which has won you the £2,000. Very well done if you said any of those 3 at home.
Well, thanks once again to our winning players, John and Val, who go away with today's jackpot of £2,000. Well done. Join us next time when we'll be putting more obscure knowledge to the test on Pointless. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.